This short video will cover some uh, writing tools that are going to help you complete either the draft or final version of your brief. The first one is Quick Check. And Quick Check is a document analysis tool. You upload your brief and it will go through the arguments you made along with the authorities you used and point out any uh, cases, statutes, or regulations that you might have missed that are highly relevant to those arguments. Now, when you use Quick Check, you can either check your own work or analyze an opponent's work for weaknesses. Just click and upload, and you can just run the report. I actually ran a report behind the scenes for a brief I previously uploaded. And the first tab, as I said, we're going to be giving you recommendations, documents you might have missed based on the arguments you made. This first one being Twyman, and it was recommended because of my reliance of McDonnell Douglas. It also has a feature where it will check and alert you to any authorities you cited that are no longer good law. And the two really that you should be focusing on here are going to be the red flags or the orange overrule risk markers. And finally, the third tab is a quotation checking tab. And what that will do is look at the quotes you used and compare them with the actual quotes on Westlaw and let you know of any differences. So you want to make sure that obviously you are quoting properly. The other really nice thing about this feature, it has a pin cite error. So if you cited to the wrong page from a quote, it'll alert you to that as well. So that's Quick Check, and that you have access to directly on Westlaw. The other two tools I'm going to talk about, something called citation formatting and table of authorities, you have access to within Westlaw, but they're separate product. It'll take you to a separate product. It's something called Drafting Assistant, and it's something that BU students have access to because your school actually pays extra to give you access to this product and several others. So if you click the drop down next to Westlaw Edge, it'll list all the other products that BU subscribes to. And the one I'm talking about is Drafting Assistant. Very easy to use. You just simply upload your brief. And once you do that, you're going to really want to focus on cite formatting and table of authorities. Now, cite formatting gives you an ability to make sure that your brief complies with proper Blue Book, Allwood, or any jurisdictional format. And what I would recommend that you do, there's a default profile. What you want to do is either view that profile or create a new one so that you can make sure that you have it run in the proper setting. And what I mean by that, if you have underlined throughout your brief, you want to make sure that when it goes through and checks for compliance that you have underline checked off. Otherwise, it's going to find a problem with every citation. I mean, if you have it set for italicized and you've underlined, it's going to let you know, hey, you made a mistake there. But very easy to use once you go through the properties, and this is kind of what you get once you run a report. It's going to let you know it found 46 citations, 21 were fine from a Blue Book perspective, and it had questions on 25. Doesn't mean that you made an error on those 25, but it's just kind of letting you know that, hey, sort of like a double check before you submit your brief. And this first one is, in Minnesota statute, you'll see here's where I cited it. I didn't put the publisher in there. And, I click accept or skip. it'll take me down to the next one it has questions on. Here's my citation. I had the wrong year. So I can accept that, move on, and so on. So it sort of goes through that entire process. Now keep in mind, if you cite to the wrong page, it will find that wrong year. I mean, if you had the wrong volume, it's going to kind of alert you to that. It's going to find a different case at that specific citation. Another thing that's nice is for short form, it had 3 formatting suggestions for this version of Celotex, but it is suggesting the one that matches what you've done. So basically it's a double check. It's affirming that you did use the proper short form of Celotex there. So that'll go through, as I said, and make sure you've complied with proper Blue Book. The other feature that is a huge time saver is the table of authorities. TOA Builder, when you click on it, you're going to have a default profile. You can kind of take a look at that or create your own. But what that will do when you run, it'll extract every single primary and secondary source you cited in your brief, and it then will list them here, and finally give me an ability, one click, to insert my table of authorities. So make sure I put my table of authorities exactly where I want it. I want it right here. Submit. It'll sort of let you kind of look at it before you finish it. And once you download, this is all going to line up. But that's it. It's a really cool feature. And in, 2 minutes, it will build your table of authorities for you. It's just a huge time saver. So if you have any questions, let me know. Good luck and stay safe.